The Geneva Bible was such a popular work, it was commonly found in many homes and bookshelves throughout England. This translation was used by William Shakespeare and was present on the Mayflower on its arrival to America. Perhaps its popularity is what made it so dangerous. Commentary by Reformation leaders like John Calvin spoke out against the monarchy. Many historians considered Calvin's anti-monarch, anti-pope views to be foundational to modern democratic thought. Another translator of similar importance also had his ties to this month of July. July 10th, 1509, one of the greatest Protestant reformers was born. He would oversee the creation of the Geneva Bible, a work that was largely based upon Tyndale's translation. He is considered by some one of the greatest theologians of the 16th century. His leadership and input into the creation of the Geneva Bible still impacts many modern translations we have today. His name was John Calvin. The 1500s brought about great persecution all across Europe for leaders of the Renaissance. Persecution of Protestants swept the island of Britain. Bloody Mary, as she would later be known, would order the killing of those who opposed the Catholic Church. One of those martyrs was William Tyndale. In her short 5-year reign, over 300 Protestant leaders would be burned alive in England. While the persecution of the Protestant movement continued, many of its leaders escaped to Geneva, Switzerland. There, the city leadership allowed for the church to coexist with the government, making it a safe haven for reformers across Europe. During Calvin's ministry in Geneva, he preached over 2,000 sermons.
Calvin was a central figure in keeping the translation movement alive. He would assist in the creation of the Geneva Bible, written 51 years before the King James Version. Combined with the Greek New Testament translation, the Geneva Bible was the first English version in which all of the Old Testament was translated directly from the Hebrew. The Geneva Bible was also the first English Bible to use verse numbers as well as extensive marginal commentary. This commentary, written by the Reformation leaders, like John Calvin himself, was included to explain and interpret the scriptures for the common person. The first Geneva Bible was printed by Roland Hall, an English exile, on his printing press in Geneva in 1560. This volume instantly became the English people's Bible of choice, even through 140 editions. Much like Luther's work in Germany, the Geneva Bible had incredible momentum in the English-speaking world. The Geneva Bible was also issued in more convenient and affordable sizes than earlier versions. The 1560 Bible was able to fit in your pocket, and the New Testament began to be issued in various sizes. In the late 16th century, the Geneva New Testament cost less than a week's wages, even for the lowest paid laborers.
The Geneva Bible was such a popular work, it was commonly found in many homes and bookshelves throughout England. This translation was used by William Shakespeare and was present on the Mayflower on its arrival to America. Perhaps its popularity is what made it so dangerous. Commentary by Reformation leaders like John Calvin spoke out against the monarchy. Many historians considered Calvin's anti-monarch, anti-pope views to be foundational to modern democratic thought.
In 1604, King James hosted and presided over a conference pertaining to religious matters called the Hampton Court Conference. While the Geneva Bible was the preferred Bible of Anglican and Puritan Protestants during the Elizabethan age, the king disliked the Geneva Bible and made his views clear at the conference by saying, "I think that of all, that of Geneva is the worst." It is believed that his distaste for the Geneva Bible was caused by the commentary and annotations in the margins. King James was quoted as referencing the annotations as very partial, untrue, seditious, and savoring too much of dangerous and traitorous conceits. In all likelihood, he saw the Geneva translation and commentary as anti-clerical, implying church hierarchy was unnecessary.
Other passages appeared particularly rebellious to King James. There were references to monarchs as tyrants. It could be presumed from the margins that the author did not see the need for a king as the head of the church and state. King James had been dealing with similar issues with the Presbyterian Calvinist religious leaders back in Scotland, and he did not want to repeat these troubles. Also, the fact that these annotations were in print and technically in the Bible probably made the king a bit anxious. It's reasonable to assume that readers might believe these anti-monarch interpretations were a part of Holy Scripture, making it way more difficult for him to assert his authority over his subjects.
Because commentary from reformers like Calvin was so egregious, King James I would deem the version of the Bible seditious and banned the Geneva Bible in 1611. But despite the king's contempt, the Geneva Bible was already so widespread it could not be stopped.